are in the first part of reading lesson 5, and today we're going to meet poor little C. And even Alfred gets a sad look on his face when we talk about poor little C. And why is C so sad? Well, as you know, every letter in the alphabet has a sound of its own, and sometimes more than one sound. But poor little C has no sound he can really call his own. And so he has to borrow sounds from 2 other letters. And let's see what that means.
Kids with ADHD or autism want to be independent. Try Goalie, the visual scheduler that guides them through routines so you don't have to. Goalie, reinventing routines.
Now here is a new friend, the letter K, which makes the sound of K, as in kite. And here's an old friend, the letter S, which makes the sound of S, as in seesaw. Now look, here is poor little C right under K. And what sound does it say? C says K, K, and the word is cup. That's right, I drink my milk from a cup. C says K, as in cup. And that's the very same sound that K says in the word kite, kite. K, K, kite, and C, K, cup. Now look, here is poor little C under the letter S. And what sound does it say here? That's right, cent. If you give me a penny, then I'll have 1 cent. And that's the very same sound that S says in the word seesaw, isn't it? Well, now let's go over here and look on the board, and we will see that C is under K again, and so it has the sound of K, which is most of the time the sound it has. Cat, and can, and cot, and cup. When C sounds like K, which is most of the time, we'll call it the hard C. But whenever the letter C comes before an E or before an I, it will sound like S, and we will call it the soft C. So let's look. Cent, cent.
For families living with ADHD or autism, preventing meltdowns is everything. Goalie reduces stress by enabling kids to complete routines independently. Goalie, reinventing routines.
Face, nice, I think you're nice. And city, I live in the city, and here's the rule.
C says K in most of the words you try, but C says S before the E and I.
Well, I guess C isn't so poor after all, because it's in the word cent, and that is a penny. And I'll be back in just a moment with your homework. Here's your homework for today. Do you like to read the comics? Well, you know there are plenty of words in the comics, so why don't you find all the hard C's you can? Now remember, a C will always be a hard C and sound like K unless it comes before an E or an I. So let's find a hard C, and here it is. Come, come, or can't, can't. The soft C will sound like an S if it comes before an E or an I, like nice, nice. Now, when you finish, tell Mommy or Daddy whether the comic has more hard C's or more soft C's. And remember the rule.